I'm here. Are you here? I think I'm here. You tell me if you are here. Okay, I have to get my device going. Sometimes it doesn't want to come. Yeah, I think we are here. Oh, come on, thing. Please. Oh, Pat is here. I do see that. Is there anybody else here? Pat, where's all your friends? Where's my friends? We have Sherry here. Hi, hi, hi. I am so glad to see all of you. As I was taking a deep breath, because 15 minutes ago I posted that we're starting in 15 minutes. So I've been so busy today I've been taking a class. I've been teaching some classes. So it has been sitting here at the computer all day long. Hi, Ty, TK. I'm not quite sure what, Oler. How are you? Debbie Johnson. There you go. All right. Yeah, it's buddy chat. It's buddy chat. Time to be buddies again. I feel like I've been on a lot this week and maybe not here. I've just been on a lot. Like I said, I taught 2 classes today and I taught one yesterday and I've got 3 more tomorrow. It is crazy time. Totally crazy. I just need to take a deep breath. Isla is here. All right, I want you guys to tell me something today. Or ask me a question. Does anybody have a question they want to ask me? Don't ask me what I had for lunch because you wouldn't want to hear. My husband sat down the other night and he was researching on the computer. I thought, I'm not a very good wife. He was researching good foods that he could eat. I'm not much of I just get so busy that I don't even think about food until it's time to eat. I'm thinking, oh, now what? You guys that way? I am that way. Okay. So tonight, it seems I've been working all day today. I am again thinking, oh, what are we going to eat? I don't know what we're going to eat. Heidi, how are you? I loved your post today, Heidi. That food that you posted looks so good. And I'm sorry that you had to wait in line so long and have to drive 3 hours, but that really looked good. Does anybody else have anything they want to say? Otherwise, I'm just going to rant and rant and rant. Checked on my ladies today. They're not producing very well, and I've got that one that picks on me. I should. Barbara says, how do you fix the bottom of a zipper that has broken away from the metal part? Tara, is it really? She said 3 tacos for $5.99. Pat says she doesn't like to cook either. I like to cook if I have a purpose. I really do. I love to make rolls. In fact, one of my granddaughters texted me last night and asked if I would help her teach her how to make rolls this weekend. She goes to college. She goes to Pacific University up in Oregon. I never can remember the city it's in, but that's where she goes. And she's home for the Christmas break, and she asked if I would help her make rolls this weekend because she wants to learn how. In fact, my son Tay, the one that helps me set all this stuff up, he asked if I would teach him and his wife how to make the rolls. My rolls are really good. Yes, the jazz game was amazing. I want to go back. I want to go to another game. I mean, we didn't even have good seats because there were 5 of us, and to get 5 seats together, you couldn't get on the front row. Not that I could afford the front row, but we were up quite high. But you know what? It was so fun. It was so much fun. And maybe it was fun just being with my boys. Maybe that was part of it. I know Burke went with us. He doesn't follow the jazz. He doesn't care about the jazz. He didn't even really want to be there, but he sat right next to me. And he was happy the whole time. He was very, very kind. Barbara, I'm making dinner rolls, but the same recipe does cinnamon rolls. And so that we might do a little of each. All right, let's get back to that zipper. How do you fix the bottom of a zipper that is broken away from the metal part? Has the zipper head come out, Barbara? If the zipper heads come out, did you watch the video I did telling you how to put the zipper head back on? And if the zipper head, once you get the zipper head on, just sew across the bottom and it will stay. And you don't need that middle part. It's only there for fun, right? Okay, I'm going to go back and see if there's any more comments that I missed. No, not rolled. I'm not doing rolled. I'll do those for scones sometimes. So she said the metal part frays away. I would just sew across it. Because that metal part, you don't really need it. Just sew across. Hi, Paige. So I'm sitting here looking at these dinner rolls. I'm thinking, oh, I can't wait. I want some. I want some now. But looking at Heidi's pictures today with that pizza, that looked so good. I could eat that. I'm ready for some pizza. That sounds really good. I don't know where we're going to go eat tonight, but we're going to have to go somewhere because it's not going to be here. I started telling you about my ladies. I've been watching all of the chatter on Facebook and on the news and everything, how eggs are so expensive. They really are. And they said to get new chicks this year, it's going to be tough because people are going to be swarming to buy chicks because now we don't have, the eggs are so expensive. And even our local egg hatcheries, whatever, they're not hatcheries, the local egg manufacturers, whatever they are, they're still not up to par with their egg production because they had to euthanize all their chickens last year because of the avian flu. And so now they've got chickens back, but they're not producing as well as they'd want them to do. And so I'm just happy that my ladies are still giving me eggs. But old Spot, she picks on me when I go out there, and I don't know why. And Hawkeye can't figure out where to lay her eggs. She'll lay it by the door. She'll lay it under the water. She'll lay it out in the run. I'm thinking, girl, you need to get this thing together. You need to figure it out. But those are the green eggs, and I like the green eggs. I'm going to get me some ham. Yes, green eggs and ham. All right. Does anybody else have anything that they did? Does anybody have a question? Give me a question because today is in the mailbag, and I have some things I want to share with you. Maybe I'll go get tacos, Tara. What are you doing tonight? I want to go get that pizza that Heidi had. That's what I want. Hey, Valerie. It's midnight, Valerie. How are you doing? I'm so glad you're here. I mean, somebody that puts that much effort into watching is amazing. It is totally amazing. But we're glad you're here. Does anybody have a good story? Come on, give me something good. City Council. Oh, City Council tonight. Oh, last week was the other one. So Larry doesn't have to go, right? Darn it. Terry, you're going to be busy. You're a busy girl on Thursday nights. Oh, Terry said she's going to play pickleball in less than an hour. I haven't done pickleball. I haven't even tried it. People love it, though. I have new knees. I could do it. Valerie said she's doing good. She's in bed with the dog beside her. That sounds so nice. Well, is it raining over there? Isn't it always raining in England? I think it is. When I was there, it didn't rain, but it was always misty and a little chilly, and it was in August. Never got really hot. I hope you had a great day, Valerie, because you're at the end of your day, and we still got a few hours left. I've still got work to do tonight, right? Anyway, okay. Thank you all for chiming in on what machines you'd like to learn. Thank you for chiming in on your favorite tool. We've had kind of a busy interaction this week, and I have loved it. And thank you for talking about what day would be good, what day of the week would be good for an all-day sew. So Terry said it's been really good for right now, kind of warm. It's been very cold for Arizona. My son's in Arizona. He's down at the bottom towards Mexico. And he said they've had a lot of rain. So Valerie said she's had a lot of rain. In the summer, it can be very hot and dry in Kent. So Pat says, no rain in Central California. You're finally drying up. Did you get caught in those floods? Pat, did you get caught? I think you said that you were not in an area where the floods were happening. I think floods and wind and earthquakes, you can do nothing about it. Do you know we had some earthquakes here not too long ago? Was it a week ago? We had 3 of them. Well, that we felt. I didn't even feel any of them. But they said they were there. I watched the earthquake site pretty religiously because I have felt and been in some, and I know that it's nothing like maybe what you guys have been in. But remember that Yellowstone earthquake a long, long time ago, the big one? I felt that one. It kind of shook us out of bed one morning. And we've had several locally that have been a little bit shaky, and earthquakes are kind of scary for me. So Isla said it's raining in Washington. Maybe we're going to get your rain. I don't know what our weather's going to be like the next couple of weeks. I usually keep an eye on that, but I haven't lately. Okay. Oh, Pat says she's about an hour away from the flooded areas. Well, I wish them luck. I tell you, there's nothing you can do when the water starts to come. There's nothing. Not a thing. That's really kind of scary. And the wind, when the wind starts to blow, we've had some terrific windstorms here that you just listen to it blow through the night and you know that life is going to be different in the morning. And when you get up, and I've watched like hurricanes and tornadoes and things on TV, and it's scary because in the morning they just wake up, or even after it's over with, they look and they think, what have we got left? We had hurricane winds here a couple of years ago, and it only happens every couple of years in the spring and in the fall. And we got up the next morning and there was just a path right here where our house is, and next door didn't get too much, and next door that way didn't get too much, but we this path right here got a lot. Our trampoline was wrapped around a tree, and our grill was drug right out and smashed somewhere, and our just things like that. Trees were down. It was really crazy, really crazy. So we haven't had too much going on lately. But I'm glad when I hear that everybody else is doing well. It makes me happy. Okay, let's get to the mailbag. And if you guys think of any more questions or anything you want to come up with, and if you have things that you want me to address here, then send me an email at barb@sewwithbarb.com, or you can put it here in the Facebook chat, and I will certainly look at it there. But someone asked me just today, let me go over here, what you could use the ruching for, because I showed a double, I called it a double ruffle, which it really is right here. You ruffle it on this side, you ruffle it on this side. Now this was done on a serger, but you could do this on really your sewing machine, on anything you wanted to do, but I just implemented it in my block. So I think that a placemat, a table topper, a table runner, anything like this is nothing more than a mini quilt, right? And you can turn this into a larger quilt anytime you want to. It all works. Okay, that is one thing. Somebody else asked me, can you tell me more about free motion quilting? You bet. Let me show you what I've got here. So this right here is actually the edge-to-edge quilting on the Solaris. Let me show you what it is here. So you can see this is free motion quilting. You can do this by hand, or free motion on your long arm, or you can do it on your sewing machine. The Solaris has it built in, which is really nice. But this is what free motion is. It is just a free stitch all the way around. And there's many different ways to do it. I like to do loops and stars and flowers when I free motion quilt. But this is the one that I had handy, and they wanted me to compare it to Doodle Applique. So this is Doodle Applique. This is where you have an applique that you put down. So this is free motion. So I'm doing this on my sewing machine without a pattern to follow. Oftentimes, if I have a specific place that I want to be, I will draw it in with a friction pen. But of course, up here, all I was doing was following the design. And a free motion applique is where I just use my heat and bond, and I put my design down on the fabric, and then I just follow around to close off those edges, and I go around it 2 or 3 times in a lot of places. Sometimes, like right here, I think I only went around twice. And you just really try not to follow your lines. You want it to be more free and loose, and it's really a forgiving stitch to do because there's really no right or wrong on it. And then I just put these up here, and then I came down and I followed it back down, and then I have my leaves. So this is Doodle Applique. This is a free motion. Now Doodle Applique and free motion are a lot the same in the fact that you're going to drop your feed dogs and just do it. This was done on my sewing machine, and I just put it down and I'm just going around myself. This one I did on my Solaris, and it did the edge-to-edge quilting. Although you could do this by hand, you don't have to do it in a program like the Solaris. You could do this. In fact, I'm going to show you over here. I have the ballad set up. Now the ballad is a lot like the aria or the crescendo or the chorus. It's much the same. It's kind of one of the middle line sewing machines. I love this. The crescendo was the first baby lock I ever bought, and I totally love this machine. All right, what I want to show you on this machine is that to drop your feed dogs on this machine, I'm going to put it in a straight stitch. All you have to do, one button. Did you hear them drop? I'll put them back up. They are down. Right over here, the feed dogs are dropped. There's no feed dog in there. And if I put my free motion foot on, then I could sit here in free motion. It's that easy. In fact, I don't even have to put my free motion foot on. Let me show you what I can do. Because when I push that button, it drops the feed dogs and raises the foot. So it kind of hovers around. So I don't have my foot plugged in. One sec. So this is the class I was teaching today, was a class on this machine. So that's why it's sitting here, and that's why it's not all set up. So I'm just in a straight stitch, and it right over here is going to tell me to put my open toe foot on or any free motion foot. And then I can sit here. But I don't have to have that foot on. I can just go right like this. And I am regulating my stitch by how fast I move my hands. And that's how free motion does. And I really enjoy doing it. I like it. It's freeing. Is that a good way of saying that? It is freeing because you can do anything you want with it. And I really like to do that. I kind of like to just get out there and spread my wings. All right. We had the next question was, did anybody have any more questions about free motion or Doodle Applique? I have quite a few Doodle Applique projects on my website. I love Doodle Applique. It's fun, it's kind of cool, and nobody else has it, right? So I really enjoy doing it. All right, the next question I had is, why do you talk about buttonholes? We don't do buttonholes anymore. Does anybody out there do buttonholes? I want you to raise your hand, but I won't be able to see it. So give me a thumbs up or tell me, do you do buttonholes? And when you do your buttonholes, do you do them in garments? I mean, we do. We put them in our clothing. We do buttonholes there all the time. Did you ever think that you could do a buttonhole and not have to put a button in it? It happens. You don't have to have that buttonhole to do a button. So nobody does buttonholes? Okay, let me tell you what you could do a buttonhole for. So if you made a basket and you needed to bring the sides up, so it's just flat and you want to just bring the sides up, put buttonholes in the corners and tie them together with a bow. There's your buttonhole. If you wanted to do a tie string bag, a bag with a, I'm not getting the right word, no buttonholes. Tanya said she finally tried a couple. Terry said she loves to do buttonholes. That is great. I'm glad you do. So a drawstring bag, that was the word I was looking for. So on those two ends where the drawstrings come together, put a buttonhole there. Okay? That way they come out and they're not going to fray the fabric. You've got a buttonhole. So with that in mind, I'm going to go back to my machine and I am going to show you a buttonhole. All right. So this is my buttonhole foot, and most machines have one that look just like this. All right, so right here, this goes up and down. I can put that button in there, Or if you're just making a hole that you're going to put on your drawstring, you don't have to put a button in there as long as you measure how big you want that hole to be. All right, I got to take this foot off, drop it off, and I'm going to put this guy back on. Oh, you know what? I'm still in free motion. I need to get out of there because I'm not, you can't do free motion with a buttonhole. I'm going to pick a buttonhole. All right, so now I can put my fabric under here, put my foot down. But there's one thing, if I push the button and said, okay, I've picked my buttonhole, because right up here, I've got my buttonhole picked. If I stepped on the gas right now and wanted to do a buttonhole, let me show you what it's going to say to me. Oh, lower the buttonhole lever. It's not going to let me make a mistake. So I'm going to lower that buttonhole lever. I'm going to put it behind the metal piece right here. So the space that it's measuring with that button is right there, and that's how it's going to know how big to make that button. Okay, I'm going to put that back down again. I'm going to step on the gas. Oh, it got caught on something. That's not going to be a very good example right there. I think something underneath got caught. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to go out and come back in. And because of all that, my thread came out. Yes, you guys are watching. I tell you, I've been on this machine way too long today. And another problem I have down here is that I have my multi-purpose foot on. Do you guys use that one? Where it has different things that it will do. And so I have mine on, and if I step on the wrong part, it will cut my threads, which is what it did, because I stepped on the wrong one. So I love my multi-function foot, but sometimes I don't like it. All right, so I do want to point out right here is where my button is, right here. This is the same length as that button. That's how come it does that, and it does it so perfectly. Okay, we'll try this again. And I will not step on the wrong foot. Okay, we're trying again. Oh, I did. Gotta stop doing that. All right, now we're done. And there's my buttonhole. I'm going to raise that lever right there and pop my foot off and move it out of the way, and there's my buttonhole. Let's go back over here. All right, and I'll see if there's any questions on that at all. There's my buttonhole, and there's the one that I stepped on the wrong pedal for. I really don't like that. Yes, yes, definitely. Terry, I have mine. This is a canvasy type fabric, so we're good on that one. But yes, definitely. Yes, you can do buttonholes in embroidery if your machine does that. You have. I know that my machine has a buttonhole embroidery stitches that I can do. But the nice thing really about buttonholes is that you've got this foot right here. This thing makes a big difference. If I had to do them 4-step buttonholes, I think they would be wrong every single time, so I can't do that. All right, so we talked about buttonholes and why you could do them. You could even do a row of buttonholes, you know, like put them 1 inch, 2 inches apart, and you can weave thread or weave ribbon through them, and that would really be a pretty thing to. But you put that in a quilt, definitely. All right, so we talked about free motion quilting right here. We talked about Doodle Applique, and that was all I was going to deal. Oh, we talked about this. Never mind. We talked about the ruching because we did that little tip this last week to where you ruffle on both sides. And I love ruching. I love to be able to use it. Is there any questions or any comments? Oh, Heidi said she likes the idea for baskets. That is a great idea because you could weave beautiful ribbon through those buttonholes. Hi, Darla. Boy, I'm so happy to see all of you, and Judy and Nancy and Mindy, you've all joined us, and Joma and Helena and Dawn. Yes, look at you guys go. Heidi said she bought a sweater and the decorative buttons are all in back. Ouch. Does that hurt when you lean back on it? That would not be fun. Oh dear, there, I lost you. All right, I have nothing more to share tonight unless you guys have things that you want to share and tell me about. I'm an empty bucket. What can I say? Nancy said she's in Indiana this week. Hey, Tara, just come on over. You were going to come over and you didn't do it, remember? Hi, Carla. Tara, we had a project we were going to do. Did you remember? I think it was before Christmas we talked about it. And I need you to come over. We need to do that. All right, so we've talked about a lot of stuff. I feel like I haven't stopped talking all day long, but it will carry on. I believe we have a project on the tens next week. I think that we're coming up on another tens. And we also have another buddy chat, plus probably more things in between. You never know, right? Right. All right, I think that I am ready to say goodnight for the evening. And Valerie, are you still up? Or did you fall asleep? I feel bad. Valerie is watching in bed. She's with her dog. She lives in the UK, and I'm so appreciative that she tunes in when I know it's midnight there. And she's probably really tired, and she's probably fallen asleep. At least I would be. I don't stay up that late. Not at all. Oh, Valerie, you're still there. Valerie, you need to go to sleep. You probably have a big day tomorrow. Hey, and yes, I'm still planning on doing a sew day. I am looking at the calendar, trying to find the right day to do it, but I am definitely planning on it. I'm so excited for it. I've got some ideas that I'm going to put together for it. So I hope you like what I've got together, and I will see you on that. All right. I'm going to leave you with this picture because I need to reach over to turn things off. Dog is asleep, said Valerie. Well, good night, everybody that's on their way out. And yeah, I'm going to go find something to eat. It is time. Good night. See you later. See you next week.